Hey guys, it's Jessica here. I'm here with my very first scrapbook 12 by 12 layout process video. And today I'm going to be doing a sketch layout from 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life Facebook group. This one is from Series 7, Day 9, and basically I start by just laying out my items here. I've got two photos and a little small photo that I actually die cut with a circle die. And the cut file is a sunflower cut file by Paige Evans, and you can find it in her Etsy shop, which is Page by Page. And I can put a link in the description below for you guys. And then I just kind of start messing with it. I started with one border, but I didn't really like it. So I went ahead and switched out the borders using just a scrap piece of yellow that I had laying around. And then the floral one is from a Hip Hip Club. It's actually from their current club from the February kit. I did do a little border punch on it. And I saved the hearts that fell out because you'll see me use them later. I really like to kind of utilize anything that comes up during my layout. So I just kind of set those aside for later. I did rough up all my edges using my Close to My Heart distresser. I just like the effect of that. And now I'm going to start on my mixed media background. I do use the Tim Holtz Distress Oxide sprays, and I just go in and make lots of splatters and speckles. I try to match them up to that one floral paper a little bit. This one is called Crackling Campfire. And then I also go in with mustard seed, dried marigold, and the green one that you see here, I kind of debated on using it, and then in the end I did go back in and use it. It's called Mowed Lawn. I set that aside to dry. And here I'm just kind of taping my borders together. I'm matting my photos just with some plain, smooth, white cardstock. Then I decided to do a double matte because I really like the effect of that with the orange reddish color in the flowers. My paper is still not quite dry yet, so I decided to mess with the rest of it a little bit and do some fussy cutting here. If anyone knows me, you know that I absolutely hate to fussy cut anything. So you probably won't see a lot of fussy cutting in my layouts, but I do a little bit here. I just love these cute little tags. This is from an old Eco Park summer kit. I can't even remember the name of it, honestly. There's one there. I think there's actually two Eco Park kits laying there, but the one I think is called Summer Party. So then I just continue to kind of work with it. I did cut out those little kind of postage stamp looking like things for my banner because the sketch had those little banners pieces or a banner at the very top left corner. So that's going to be my banner for that. You see my little 2-year-old come in for a snack there. So then at the bottom, I felt like I needed like a little bit of a border, and I didn't have a 12 by 12 scrap of this yellow, but I really liked the yellow. So what I did was I just ripped little pieces of it and I just made it work for the bottom. I roughed up the edges a little bit and just kind of tucked them all in there and layered them. So that I could fill out the whole bottom strip there. Now I'm going to go back to my background, which is still wet at this point, so I do take my heat gun to it just a little bit. I don't want to heat it up too much. Sometimes it does take away the effect a little bit of the bubbling part of the speckles. So I just heated up a little bit. I did run my paper towel holder over it a little bit just to get any of the big drips. And then here I'm just basically sticking everything down with my giant ATG gun that I love, and it's well loved itself. And putting those border pieces on, just layering them on. I do rough up the edges a little bit more whenever I actually put them down here. Then I'm going to put all my other pieces back on here up against my speckles. I do come in with some string here. Originally I was going to put that string up by the banner pieces up top behind them, but then I thought, well, you're not going to really see that string much, so I decided to do away with the string in the end there. So I just stick my little postage stamps down for my banner. I like that they're big. They take up quite a bit of space, being that they're pretty big. And I come in with this stamp set. I felt like I needed some flowers, but I didn't want to use a ton of ephemera, so I decided that I'm going to stamp a bunch of flowers and I'm going to color them in, which is a little bit crazy for me. I don't normally do this, but I just felt with these particular flowers in the picture, I don't really have any embellishments that are those exact colors or even close to them. So I decided to just go in and just make my own. I'm going to do a bunch of stamping here of these flower sets. And I do use StazOn ink. It's definitely my favorite. I usually use it for everything that's black, especially if I'm going to color it in. That way it doesn't smudge or smear. And then I go in with some Stampin' Up! Ink as well for that little yellow sun. And that ink pad is called Crushed Curry. So I just stamp a bunch of them, and then I find this little cloud strip of paper, and I really, really like those little clouds up there. So I cut those out. I'm cutting out my little sun to use. I do color in some of my flowers. I do use my Copic markers. I know those are pretty popular, or they were popular with mainly stampers, I believe. But I do like the Copic markers. I just don't really use them that much. So, the only time I really use them, I guess, is whenever I'm coloring in stamps like this. If anyone has any ideas of how to use them more, let me know in the comments below, and I'll do some experimenting with them. The colors that I used for the coloring of the stamps are Honey, which is Y38, Orange, which is YR68, Lipstick Orange, which is R17, and Grayish Olive, which is G94. I do really like how it turns out in the end after coloring all these in. It's just very time consuming for me. I don't like to spend a lot of time doing stuff like this or fussy cutting. I like to spend time on the other elements, like doing the cut files and kind of laying everything out and the mixed media. Normally I do a lot more mixed media than this, but this one was a pretty simple background, so I kept it simple in the end. I'm fussy cutting out all of my stamped flowers here. And then I'm just placing them behind my other embellishments and around my photos. I do really like them in the end. I think they're so cute and they add so much to the layout. And I go in and add some of those stickers from the sticker sheet of that summer party Eco Park kit. Just sticking down my photos. I love those little, I don't know what they're called, travel geotags, I guess. I just love them. I think they're super cute. In the cut file, I use a Creative Memories glue pen. It's the precision glue pen to glue down just the center of it. I don't want the whole thing glued down. I kind of want the petals to pop a little bit and move. So I just glue down the center of it and I keep the edges free. And then I go in and glue my little circle flower down. And then all my other little embellishments, I add another little sticker from the Eco Park sticker sheet. And there's my little sun. I stick down the rest of my flowers. I do go in and use some of the 3D pop foam squares on a couple of these things. I know the geotag, the blue one, has a little pop to it, and that flower there has a little pop to it. This one I just stuck behind my photo. Kind of deciding what else to do with it. I know I need to do something in the top right corner. The sketch did call for that. Debated whether or not to do anything there. And then I go in and add some flair from Simple Stories. And on that flair sheet, I did find this cute little title to use that was perfect. These are photos that I'm scrapping of my son. He's 2.5. And his Mimi, his grandma, she loves flowers, and he's definitely adapting to that as well. He loves flowers, loves to pick flowers, loves to hold them and carry them around. And it's so sweet. And here's where I go in and use those little hearts. Remember those hearts that fell out of the punch? I go in and just put these on there with some really, really small micro glue dots. And I just love the effect that it gives with the splatters. It looks like little heart splatters almost. And then I do go in and add a couple little cute ones up on the cloud as well. And then I'm just going to go in and cut some thread pieces, just bundle them up a little bit and tuck them in here and there. I love doing that in layouts. I saw that actually in Missy Whitten in her videos, and I just love the effect that it gives. I do tuck a little glue dot there behind the photo to hold that thread in. And then here's where I realized that I never adhered my border strip to the actual page. So I go ahead and do that here. And here's my finished layout. I love how it turned out. I hope you guys did too. I'm going to try to do some more of these process videos in the future. But if you like it, hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. You can comment below anything that you like, didn't like, anything that you'd like to see me do. And I'll try to add some more videos in the future. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching.